So a question to you, Jay, yeah? With what he said about it's the worst move or whatever he said, worst time of his
worst part. He said he regrets going to Newcastle.
That's it. Well, do you think he's wrong to say that?
In a way, yeah. I mean, Newcastle didn't mistreat him in any way. I don't think. Not that I know of.
And they paid him a tidy
They paid him
wage.
a decent wage.
And he was always injured as well. Let's cut the crap.
I don't see.
But I do.
But he's sorry to cut you there. But if he's talking his truth that he believes the move didn't help him, then isn't he free and allowed to say that?
Yeah, he's allowed. But at the same time, you got to think so why did you go there then?
Straight. No one forces.
Why did you go there then? You get me?
Welcome back, people. We are back in part 2 of Everyone's a Pundit, episode 8. Last week, I don't know if you watched it, I did some stupid intro on part 2.
What's that?
No, it was that. It was like, we're back.
I remember that.
Oh, some stupid as hell.
That happens. It's live, isn't it?
Yeah. No editing. We didn't edit it out.
We don't edit.
I watched that back and I was like, what was I doing?
I messed up my intro just then.
Yeah. That's true.
It happens, man.
So fast.
Oh, yeah. Jason's cool.
We'll catch you soon.
So yeah, man, part 2, and we are gonna we'll touch on quickly. We'll touch on Shearer and Owen and the beef that's been going on in the week.
The battle of the Geordie strikers. Say he was a manager at the time, innit? Yeah. They played together for a little bit, right? Did they ever play in the same?
No. Shearer retired in 2003, didn't he?
Did they ever play at the same time?
No, they didn't actually. Shearer retired. He might have actually.
Yeah, I think they did at one point.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
I think when he came to
we'll check it
Newcastle,
out.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
Yeah,
when he was I'm sure.
But boy, it all come from Owen's book, right?
Owen's got a new book called The Reboot or something like that.
And for me, boy, some of the stuff that he's saying, I'm like, you're gonna say this stuff, and you got social media now. You want your book to sell, innit?
Exactly. Because Owen he's such a dry personality. He's a pundit that I don't rate. I find him so boring.
He shouts some wild.
He says some wild shouts. He's bored. He's got the personality of a plank of wood. He's just he's dead. So it's like you're just coming out with these little snippets to push the book, and obviously with Twitter and social media, they're getting banged out there, and everyone's seeing it now. So I'm like, oh, really? But I don't know. It seems like him and Shearer don't get on.
It's two of England's darlings, though, isn't it? Going at it on Twitter. Yeah. When you talk about players and social media and stuff like that, obviously these ain't in the game anymore, but really going at it on Twitter, grown men.
And Shearer's respected. He's the match of the day. You know what I mean? He's everywhere. His opinion is respected. So it's
proper interesting, boy. Some of the stuff that he's been saying, he was talking about Shearer wanting to leave because he got left on the bench.
He clapped back. He clapped back. After Shearer's comment.
But what's mad is that Michael Owen was on 120 bags, 120k a week back then. If players are earning that now, it's considered a decent wage.
Yeah, for real.
And that was back then. Yeah. And that was at Newcastle as well.
And he didn't play. He was injured.
Owen was 25 when he moved to Newcastle? Yeah. He was
Is that how old he was?
He was 25.
No. 25?
Yeah, because he started. Don't forget,
when he came.
Owen started at 16, 17. He burst on the scene young. Do you know what I mean?
Still in his prime.
And it was after Real Madrid, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what I think he was saying, what I read up on, was that he wanted to go back to Liverpool, but they weren't interested.
He said he regrets going to Newcastle. It's probably the worst decision of his career.
That's what
Rob Shearer the wrong way. Yeah. But don't forget as well, Newcastle, they had 20,000 people at his unveiling.
I remember.
I've never seen that in England.
Crazy.
You don't see that.
Yeah, you don't see that in England.
It's the stuff that happens across the water.
It was a big signing.
I know.
It was a big signing, boy. Michael Owen to Newcastle.
20,000 people came out to see him.
So a question to you, Jay. Yeah, with what he said about it's the worst move or whatever he said, worst time of his
worst part. He said he regrets going to Newcastle.
Yeah. Well, do you think he's wrong to say that?
In a way, yeah. I mean, like, Newcastle didn't mistreat him in any way. I don't think. Not that I know of.
And they paid him a tidy wage.
They paid him a decent wage.
And he was always injured as well. Let's cut the crap.
I don't see
you. But I do.
But he's sorry to cut you there. Yeah. But if he's talking his truth that he believes the move didn't help him, then isn't he free and allowed to say that?
Yeah, he's allowed. But at the same time, you got to think like, oh, so why did you go there then?
Straight, no one forces.
Why did you go there then? You get me?
But that's what comes with regrets, though, isn't it? Yeah. Is when you make a decision at the time, and then afterwards you think, I don't think that was the right decision.
And that's what I even touched on about with Roy Keane. At least, like, he doesn't have that in his locker to turn back and say, you know what, I made a mistake. I was wrong. So in a sense, I do rate Owen for speaking the truth. But then I also look at Owen and I'm like, are you just doing this to sell your book?
Yeah.
Are you just sensationalizing certain parts of your...
Because the way I found out about it actually was, it wasn't even on Twitter. I got sent this little transcript thing from a Geordie fan.
Okay.
And I was like, no. And I still think this particular thing that I was sent, I'm thinking, I don't think it's real. But then it does transpire that he has actually said a lot of madness.
What was it?
It's like a page. It looks like it's from a book.
I wonder if that's what I posted in the group that time.
Yeah, I think that is it.
Fake.
Yeah.
It looks like it's from a group.
Is it real?
I mean, a book. But some of the stuff that he's saying in this particular passage, I'm like, no, I don't. It does a little bit contradict to what I've seen on Twitter and stuff like that. But irrespective, what he has said in his book, he's talking some real bars, man. And the Geordie fans are up in arms about it.
Talk about their club in any negative way.
Man, don't forget, those are the guys that came out and supported him. Those are the guys that still believed in him when he was always injured.
Yeah.
Those are the guys that obviously hoped that when Shearer was the manager, that he would still, save them from relegation. Because he basically says that Shearer wasn't the guy to save them, and I think they had 8 games when they appointed Alan Shearer at Newcastle. They had 8 games left, and Shearer lost 5, won 2, and
weren't good, was it?
And drawn 1. And they needed a win against Villa or something along those lines.
That was their last game, innit?
Yeah, I think they drew or something like that. Yeah. So that's where they went down. So Michael Owen was like saying you weren't good enough, and he basically, his resentment comes from the fact that he told Alan Shearer, I'm injured, but keep me on the bench, and if you need me, bring me on. And he said that Shearer then thought he was saying, I'm not ready, I don't want to play. But Owen's like, I'm injured, but I will be there for you if you need me.
But that don't make sense to me. If you're injured, then
you can't play. You can't play. Yeah. But what he's trying to say is that even though he was injured, he would sacrifice his body for the good of the team. So it kind of makes sense. Like, obviously, if you're injured,
depends on how injured you are. I suppose you've got players that you can't play 90 minutes, innit?
Yeah, that's it.
But then doesn't... Is that really... I don't know. Yeah, I guess some people do play through injuries,
I think in today's football, with all the sports scientists and everything else, if you're injured, they're not letting you get near that pitch. But I think maybe back then, if you were injured and you're carrying a knock, it's up to you, it's your discretion. I still think
players play with knocks now, like especially
injections, don't
they? Yeah. So last season, I think Rashford was playing with an injury for a good few games last season, and it's just apparently this season as well. Even Pogba was playing against Southampton. He played through an injury, and obviously now he's
we see. I mean, even with Kane, we've rushed him back many times. He still sees not ready.
Yeah,
do you get what I mean? So I hear you. I do hear you.
So Geordie fans, let us know in the comments what you believe.
All fans, really.
Yeah, all fans. Let us know. Do you think that Owen was wrong? Do you think he was right for speaking his truth? What do you reckon? And what do you reckon of the beef between him and Shearer? Do you think that they should be publicly doing this on Twitter? Knowing the status that they are. So let us know in the comments below, and then we'll come back in part 3.